whereby you only spend financial literacy so that you get out. This is actually I do it for God. You want to be 5 knowledgeable as far as finance is concerned. A breathing space for manage it. Let me repeat it. What a breathing for the best investment option. Then you need to subscribe. Make sure you have money that you do what. Make sure you have money that you do what. You save on a monthly basis that you expense. So for that reason, what you need to do as a person, make sure you do have a breathing space fund, which we call for sometimes we call emergency fund. So that if anything that comes, that must be done what? That must be addressed. You have money set aside for that. So that you're not forced to take a loan from the Shylocks, which is very, very expensive, that you can't pay bills. So thank you so much. I know that we are learning, and there's a lot that we are learning. And in case you're that person, you want to get have financial freedom, financial literacy. You want to get out of a cat race. You want to be knowledgeable as far as finance is concerned. How to manage it, how to budget it, what are the best investment options. Then you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you'll be able to learn more. Anytime we are any video whereby when our platform comes, you'll be able to get notification. So thank you so much. I hope we have learned. We are looking for another engagement like this. Please, we will have learned. What can we do? So I request you stick with me until the end of. I want us to look at something that let us look at it. What is the pain answer? Why are we using our loans as another form of salary? In the sense that whenever your money comes in, it leaves immediately. And so you are forced to take another mobile loan. So when you take this mobile loan, that whenever next time comes, next month comes, your salary hits your account. It leaves. So your salary becomes, your account becomes as a transition. Which joins your loans and your salary. So that's why we want to tackle today. Let's look at it. What's the main pain point? What are the main pain points in our lives that making us to go through this circle of loans from one man, maybe you earn money today. So friends, and then when it comes, let's look at someone. Let's talk about Feliza. I think that's another form of loan that we don't really understand. Someone, money comes to the account. How do you get out of Feliza? And then, whenever you have what expenses, you Feliza for that expenses. This is what this Feliza comes into cost. As if you take a loan today, I used to have that. You pay when you start that means, and then your money comes my phone that from the Feliza, you're going to pay this loan plus some interest. The Feliza accessibility, and for sure it does really work. Whereby so today when you want to look at it, what is the step by step and how we can be able to get from this cycle and by end of this discussion. So the first thing that we have learned. What can we do? So individuals is that you need to accept until the pain full truth that your money cannot pay you. What is the pain that you are? Where are we not enough to pay your our loans? Once you understand this, then you need to have something that the money cuts so that if my income does not take another mobile loan, I'll be able to. So when you take the mobile loan, essential things, and then next month I do what? I have money cut. It remains for me. Your account. So for that reason, as I transition. First, whenever which money comes joins your loan, accept this and your salary. So that's why we want reality that your income is what's the main to equal to your expense. What are so the for that reason point you need to look at that what are the most to go key expenses that circle of loans cut from one rent is a must. You can't forgo it. Food is a must. You can't forgo it. Let's talk about electricity. I think that's another forgo it. So for once you understand that don't think that money comes to the account, it's shared away from your expenses. And then number two, the next whenever you have is that expenses you need to treat a loan. You don't stop treating your loan as another form of income. I have those people. I know what I used to have the year 2019. That's 98. And then I decided a credit card that gives me my phone. So this person decided to add 50,000 plus 10,000. That's around 60,000. So this person tells us that you know what I have income of what I have income of. We can be able to get from this cycle of loan as the only income that you have. So when you are budgeting, budget within the what? 50,000. So that you don't find yourself you are in the same cycle that month
money
to
cannot
month.
pay all your
That's
expenses.
the
That
very,
your
very key
income
that you
is
need to
not
get. Most
enough
of
to
people
pay
have
your
come to
expenses.
treat it
Once you
as another
understand
form
this,
of,
then
someone
you
tells
need
you
to realize that there are
I have
some things that I
10,000,
need to
I have
cover.
credit card
So
of this
that
amount,
if my
I have
income
mobile
does
loan
not
of this
fit
limit,
in,
but at the end
I'll
of
be
the
able
day,
to pay
you're the
the
one
most
who is
essential
going to pay
things.
for this
And
one. If it's a
then
mobile
I do
loan,
what?
you're the one who's
I
going to
have
pay
money
it.
that
If it's a salary
remains for
advance,
me,
you're the
maybe
one
I
who's
can
going to pay
what
it.
you said.
If
So for that
it's a
reason,
credit
I
card,
want
you're the
us
one who's going to
first,
assist
whenever.
payment.
So
Money
if you
comes
look at
to your
this
account
as not
another form of
reality,
then you're
that
not
your
planned for
income
that.
is
You're
never
never
for your
enough
50,000
when
to
it's finished,
equal to your
you're
exam.
done with it.
So
Another
another
point
that's number
you need
three
to look at
is that
what are the
you
most
need
key
to
expenses that
pressure
has
point
to be
pressure
cut.
point
Rent
rent
in
is
the
a
sense
must.
that
You
if
can't
you're that
forgo
person
it.
who likes
Food is a
eating
must.
out,
You can't forgo
you
it.
need to stop.
Electricity
You're that
is a
person
must.
who
You can't
subscribes
forgo it.
for
So
a
for
gym
that
that you
reason,
never
once
go.
you
Maybe
understand
the
this,
last
the
time
other
that you
thing that
did
you
it
need to do was
a
month
month
ago.
away
You need
from
to
your
stop that.
expenses.
So
Number
so
two,
that
the
whatever
whatever
the
the
month
month
that you could have
is
spent
that
in this,
you
use
need
it
to
to
pay
treat
what?
a
For
loan
your loan
so that
together
as another form
So
of income. That's number three. Number four,
I have those people
is
who say,
that
you know what,
you
that's
need to
50,000
give
shillings
your
a month.
coin.
That's my net.
And then
I have
your
a
job in the sense
credit
that
card that gives me
whenever
10,000
money comes
a month.
in,
So
you
this
plan
person
for
decides
it.
to add
Remember what you do
50,000
plus 10,000.
way
That's
now
normally
60,000.
What you need
So
to
this person
realize is
tells
that,
us that, you know what,
I have
everyone
income
has
of money.
I have
That's
income
something that
of
you need to
60,000.
That's
Out
what
even
you
if you
treat your
forget
50,000
anything, I don't need
remember
remember
this.
this.
So when you are budgeting,
Everyone
budget within the what?
as
Say
a
50,000
plan.
for your money.
So
if you don't plan
yourself,
you are
for
in
it,
single
I'll plan
from
for it
month.
For instance, like I have the very, very key
I
that you
share.
need to get.
So you have to buy for it. Come to I do financial
as
as
another
another
form
You're
of
going to
someone
pay
tells
for
you,
me.
no,
I do
don't
training.
I have
on how you can
have
be able to
credit card
do
of
you
this
can
amount.
edit.
I
You
have
can do editing, video editing. But then you can also do what? Mentorship. How can you write up some mobile? You're the one I have a plan for that. If it's a salary advance, so if you don't plan it, if it's the government as a plan for your job, there's what if you look at it as not another form of income, then house life. Everything, everyone has a plan. If it's the when it's finished, a plan for your job, your money. Another point that's number three is that your money, and that's why you need to plan for reduce your pressure points. Your account pressure points in the sense that if you are that person who likes, if you leave it, I'll plan for it. If you are that person who subscribes for a gym that you never go, maybe not talk about weddings. People are planning for your money. So if you don't plan it, so that you create. This if it's the government, as a point number 5, there's what you create a brief. Nowadays we have another thing that we. Let me recall you housing. Everything has a plan. If it's the church, as an monthly basis, make sure everyone has a plan to do what, and that's make sure you have money that you do what. Once it hits your account, save that you do what use plan. If you leave it, I'll plan for that you did plan for. By the end of the day, you don't have money. You do that. If maybe not talk about weddings, people have planned for make sure on a month you find someone that is this. No, something that you say, give me is going to give me 2,000. So that if an emergency is going to give me 3,000, even you are in that risk. So that's why you're not forced to take a loan to pay for it. You need to because if you're forced to take a that means another month comes, you have to pay that loan. And then the money that you're going to earn is not going to want you to pay for your ex. Be forced to that, you know what, you're going to pay this loan. And then you're going to, you want to express take another loan so that sometimes when you express yourself, so for that reason, what you need to do as a person, make sure you do are going living space. We are going, which you call for some ask for money. So for that reason, what I want that comes that must be done. What every time you that must make sure you have money set aside. And if it's payment of your loan, take a loan from this cycle of what, which is very very expensive. Make sure you have that you pay. So thank you so much. I know that we are learning. So the day to day, you start paying for those loans. In case you are that, so that you need to have a month whereby you need your freedom for what financial literacy. So you want to get out of this actually you want to point number 5 knowledgeable as far as finance is concerned. How to manage it, how to